Previously on Jetstream.
Practice, practice, practice. When your fingers start to bleed, you might be getting close.
Close encounters at 20,000 feet.
So what do you think the #1 objective is? Don't hit the other guy.
The rookies test their nerve in formation flying.
Rolling it. Look how big that airplane is. Freaking huge.
Did you see the brake signal from the guy?
No mistakes go unpunished.
You've broken the trust with that man. And I'm going to kick your ass about this today.
How many errors were on this thing?
Few.
Yeah.
As they raise the stakes at fighter pilot school.
I don't know where you convinced yourself that it was okay to just do Seamus's checks, but it's not.
And one spin cycle too many. Another pilot is cut from the course.
My life sucks.
I asked myself, could I sign this guy off? Then I just could not in good conscience do that.
This is what it's like to be at the sharp end of a Canadian Air Force fighter squadron. They call it a scramble. It happens every time an intruder sneaks into Canadian airspace. These are the guys they send up to check it out.
India Whiskey, surface winds at 070 at 2 knots, both cables up, clear takeoff, runway 31 left.
Fuel tanks full, weapons armed.
Bravo 225 laser. Taxi from runway 31 right, across runway 22, departure kilo up.
From a standing start, they can be airborne in a matter of minutes. The target may be a smuggler or an airliner that's drifted off course. Or maybe a Russian bear bomber testing our defense response times. And sometimes, like that day in September 2001, it may be the unthinkable.
9/11 wasn't anything we'd ever seen before, and hopefully never see again.
On the day of the attack, all civilian aircraft were grounded, and anything still in the air was considered suspect. Fighter planes all over North America were launched.
I was up in the Arctic and got scrambled to go intercept an airliner. It was intense. It was very intense.
During 9/11, I was in the East Coast. We were intercepting 747s, that sort of thing.
We were going after potentially another threat. And there's not a whole lot of time to sit there and think about it. You're going to do it.
In every case, the targets were airliners loaded with passengers, and the fighter pilots all knew what they might have to do.
You know, you never expect to have to do that with your own people, right? You always expect to take the battle to the enemy, but to have to shoot down your own airliners, that's just...
It's just the absolute most horrendous scenario you could possibly imagine.
And I told my wingman, if we ID an airliner and it turns out that we're going to have to shoot it down, I'm just going to park you 2 miles behind it, and then I will go in and I will shoot the thing down. So I'm not going to give you that responsibility. I'm the flight lead. I will be the one with the nightmares. You just hang out and film it, you know.
In the end, they were all spared the nightmares. But since 9/11, fighter jets have been scrambled thousands of times to intercept suspicious aircraft. It's the job F-18 pilots are trained to do, watching the country's back. And if these 6 rookies make it through fighter pilot school, they'll be the new sentries at the gate.
That is our #1 priority, defense of Canada, defense of Canadian airspace. That's something these kids, no kidding, they are going to graduate out of here. And within a couple of months, they'll be holding alert. And that will be a responsibility and a burden they will have to bear.
It's now 4 months into the course, and the students are entering the tactical phase of the training. The time when jet pilots must become jet fighters.
It's the first time we really get into using the radar, first time we really get into using the weapons and the whole sort of tactical mindset.
The first thing the students have to learn is the tactics of an intercept.
The student is expected to fly the airplane today and use his radar to be able to intercept a bandit aircraft from head-on and be able to turn in behind the bandit, reach 1,000 feet behind the bandit, and at this point go around to the edge here and to a point where he can turn on his identification light and see the target, identify it, kill it.
It's a big mission. It's your first start into tactical employment of the Hornet. In reality, the Bear bombers with the counter-rotating props, you're going to get one kick at this cat, okay? And you're going to be all sweaty at night in a poopy suit 100 miles out over the Arctic Ocean. Dude, you want to get it right the very first time, okay?
To make an intercept, speed is not the problem. The Hornet's engines are so powerful that if you strap them to the family car, it would accelerate from 0 to 140 miles an hour in 1 second. The problem is directing all that power to arrive at the right place at the right time. That's where radar comes in.
North Group, cold, bullseye, 01015.
Alpha 5-1, trap line, read you loud and clear, and Bravo 6-1 copied as well.
The guys in radar control are like a wingman watching the pilot's back.
Copy that. Roger, 6-1, confirm your bullseye 15026.
They decipher the radio waves, blips, bleeps, and codes for the pilots.
Trapline single group capping, bullseye 165, 53, 23,000, 2 contacts, hostile.
22,000 measured.
They get the fighter to the right patch of sky. But once he gets close to the target, the pilot must rely on his own radar and his own calculations. And those calculations are all about hitting what they call benchmarks. At 40 miles out, you should be 8 miles to the left of the target. At 10 miles out, the second benchmark, you start turning towards him. By 3 miles, you should be pointing straight at the bandit, then sweep around behind to creep up on his tail. This is Tim Coffin's first attempt at an intercept. For this mission, one of the instructors, call sign Peanut, takes off first and plays the bandit.
He's rolling. There he goes. We are set. Cover the cans.
Tim's target is now 40 miles away. There isn't a lot to see. Not that it matters, because the mission is to make the intercept by instruments alone.
Setup number 1, tapes on, fights on. 2 bites on. Yeah, we're slow. Let's get our speed back up. Remember what he said, it's hard to get ahead of him. So, fight for your benchmarks. Fight for your benchmarks.
To hit those benchmarks, the right piece of sky at the right time, you need to lock radar. Here's how you do it. Under Tim's left hand are the throttles. But they're like a gas pedal that also preps his weapons, controls his radio, his brakes, and helps lock the radar. That button acts like a mouse, moving the cursor around Tim's screens. Over here on the stick, that middle button locks Tim's cursor on the bad guy. Don't get distracted. Squish the wrong button, and you might earn yourself a new call sign. But the real challenge is doing the mental math. Tim's traveling 25 miles every 2.5 minutes, closing on the bandit at 2,000 feet per second. All those numbers feed into this formula, and Tim has to calculate it on the fly. Get one number wrong, say he's off by 5 degrees, and he'll miss the target by 3 miles.
Alpha's terminate.
And that's exactly what's happened.
Alpha 5-1, terminate.
Tim is nowhere near the right place.
You gotta control the intercept, because you're the fighter. He could be a bear bomber or an airliner, man. Yeah. You're the fighter, you control the intercept, okay? Can we do another one, please?
Tim gets another shot at it.
Start prepping your radar right now for where you want to be looking at.
But again, he's lost control.
What's going wrong? Speed. Yeah.
Last time, he was too far off. This time, he's blasting in too close.
Alpha is terminate. We want to be kind of sneaky about the whole thing. That's the whole intent of this.
In the real world of enemy jets and terrorist hijackers, a bad intercept is like flashing a neon welcome sign. When the learning curve is this steep, every rookie makes mistakes. And that's okay, but only once.
Of course, if you come raging in and fly up beside him, it's great if you're, intercepting your mom on your private airplane, but it's not really cool when you're trying to do it to a bear bomber or something. Okay? So I'm expecting you to do that to 100%, right?
Yeah.
That's how it's all going to progress. And we're always going to keep adding something. Just when you think, I think I'm kind of getting, here, eat this now. The elephant is 1 spoon at a time. Okay? We're going to just keep feeding you the elephant.
And the next spoonful is a big one. Make the intercept again, but this time, do it in the dark.
So this is going to get your heart rate going, night formation stuff. We got the lighting on the jet, and on dark nights, that's about all you're going to have. So this can be disorientating.
What's worse, they'll be taking off and landing in 2-ship formation. And even the veterans never get comfortable flying that close to another plane they can barely see.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's dangerous, it's just the most scary thing I've ever done in my life. Because we don't have night vision goggles yet, so whoever came up with this idea is just an idiot.
All right, guys.
Nighttime disorientation has claimed the lives of pilots throughout history. And before this night is over, it will nearly claim 3 more. When darkness settles in over Cold Lake, Alberta, you begin to think the term black as night was probably invented here.
Anchors up.
From the cockpit of an F-18 fighter jet, this is all a pilot sees.
Takes are good.
The horizon, which helps pilots orient themselves, is gone. Lights on the ground look like stars. Down looks an awful lot like up. As the brain struggles to make sense of it all, it can trick the pilot into thinking he's turning when he isn't. Runways can appear longer or shorter than they are, and a light can cause a pilot to fixate on it, confusing the brain into thinking the jet is moving in ways that it isn't. An optical illusion like that can be deadly. And tonight, it almost was. On touchdown, Captain Riel Erickson nearly killed 3 people. Herself, the deputy commanding officer in her back seat, and the course director in the plane right beside hers.
We'll do that sign in US and then we'll just review the tape.
Okay, when are you going to strip the data right away?
Right away.
Here's how it happened. She was landing in formation behind and to the right of her lead.
Step it up on him. Look at your side of the runway.
On touchdown, thinking she was drifting wide, she kicked in left rudder. And the plane instantly veered towards her lead.
Take it easy.
Then started swerving back and forth across the runway. Spanky, the instructor in her back seat, had to step in to save it.
I have control. You have control.
The second we touched down, kind of touched the brakes, and we just started going back and forth, and we closed really rapidly on our lead. We were just trying to get the aircraft back under control again there.
It happened so quickly, like we hit, and next thing you know, we're taking a dart to the left, and then we're back to the right, and we're like PIOing down the runway, but we're drifting over into your lane, and I'm like, shit, I don't even know what to do.
It takes a lot to rattle veteran fighter pilots, but Spanky was within a heartbeat of pulling the ejection handle.
My eyeballs are going in every different direction because I'm going, do I have flashing landing gear? And I'm right behind you, and I'm going, shit, if we do, I can't go around. I can't because I'll have to go right through you. And I'm hearing beep, 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 and we're starting to swerve down the runway without a little bit of luck. We'd have clipped wings for sure.
Fair bit left, so that would have made that first.
The only question now is whether it was Rial's fault or a problem with the aircraft.
Whack a left,
whack a left,
whack a right, whack a left, whack a left, whack a right again.
And the flight data recorder confirms their suspicions. Riel was dancing on the rudder pedals.
As soon as I grab it, she lets go of everything. Bam, straight. It's fine. It just sorts itself out.
It's pilot error.
Good. Step it up a bit.
And it's the kind of flight that can end a career before it's even begun.
You got your side of the runway. Good. 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 Oh. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Tight.
I have control. I have control.
You have control.
Burn, you put all them out. Okay, turn the taxi light on.
And it doesn't look as violent on the tape, but you were there with me, so you know you can feel the side forces. We were probably one full oscillation from being completely out of control on the runway, in my estimation. If we'd kept up that 125, 133, we'd have probably started going sideways if we'd kept fighting it. And who knows? in terms of the amount of experience you have in the aircraft. You have to take the How to Fly manual as gospel, okay? Those things are training rules. Those things have been paid for in blood. Your confidence in yourself and in the aircraft, in my impression, are going in the opposite direction, okay? And I think, and I'd be very blunt, I think the aircraft overwhelms you, and and maybe you're a bit afraid of it right now. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
You know, even in the briefing, you weren't sure of yourself.
I'm going to say it's not so much the aircraft, but the aircraft, the night experience for sure.
Okay. It's new to you.
Yeah.
Riel has a big problem, and she knows it. Fear is a fighter pilot's real worst enemy. In combat, losing confidence means losing the fight.
Okay. Okay. And so go home and get some sleep, okay?
And if Riel can't shake off this self-doubt soon, her next battle will be for her future.
Here's the next one I'm going to harass with popcorn.
When the second highest ranking officer in the fighter pilot training squadron gets agitated,
Don't expect me to survive without any popcorn. That's lunch.
it's a sign you'd better pay attention.
And I know someone was supposed to cover someone else's butt on the popcorn making today, but
I don't care that they're hanging out with the ad kids doing their self-study. There's still no popcorn here. So I leave it to you to kindly advise them they better get their ass over here and start putting corn on.
Take care of it, sir.
Even if you think it's ridiculous. Around 410 Squadron, popcorn is an essential food group. And Seamus is the guy who's supposed to make sure it gets made. It's not, and there's hell to pay.
look at this. The machine's Friday morning. Well, it's 12:30 right now. So guys should probably be hungry about this time of day. So we got to come out here and make popcorn because these guys can't figure that out.
What it says to his instructors is that Seamus isn't pulling his weight, and his attitude is starting to rub them the wrong way.
Time. Stop eating.
He's been warned about his in-class etiquette more than once.
They're smoked oysters.
Smoked oysters?
It's good for the brain.
Gets it lubed up. I'm all about the lube. You're Ukrainian. You like this stuff. It's good.
Eat.
Hurry up. I'm done.
And in this place, patience runs thin in a hurry.
Do you have a mission planning table where you can do that and not get your boots all over the brand new map? I swear he knows. It's just like it's a game.
It's disgusting. I'm not impressed. I'm supposed to be briefing for a flight right now, and I'm making popcorn.
The point is that Seamus is missing the point. Like everything else here, popcorn duty is a test.
This is ridiculous. Wow, unbelievable.
It's his job, he blew it. And in this place, the cocky attitude might just earn him a ticket home.
Unbelievable.
Go, 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 go! Oh!
No one has ever questioned Riel Erickson's attitude. Whether she's muscling around a fighter jet or training for the international military volleyball team. But right now, Riel has a confidence problem. She's still smarting from her disastrous landing 2 nights ago.
In any of my flying experience, that's the closest I've ever been to even thinking about that handle between my legs, you know, pulling the ejection handle. And, you know, I know stepping out of that jet, I was like, you know, you're just kind of like, oh my God, this is, this is the real deal.
It's the approach.
And the worst part is, bad as the landing was,
Take it easy.
the mission itself wasn't much better.
5 control. Yeah, control. Burns, keep rolling up.
She needs a lot of coaching here. She doesn't have a lot of confidence. And she's slow to do everything, like terminally slow.
Now, her instructors are beginning to doubt she has the right stuff to make it as a fighter pilot.
She's shaken. I was frankly shaken by the whole thing as well. She's had problems with other trips. Her grades overall have not been stellar. If we can't get her over this hump, it could happen as quickly as a week where we cease the training.
Cease training. The two words every rookie dreads. It means it's over. And for Riel, that could be just one flight away.
No report of traffic. Present position direct. Report approaching McCoy. Winds at the base. India Whiskey Whiskey. Roger destination.
Back on record.
2 nights ago, Riel Erickson failed a mission after the worst flight of her career.
I had to sit down with myself and go like, you know, this scares the crap out of me. It's just a factor of our job, you know. The plane can be unforgiving at times.
Tonight, she gets a second chance. And this time, her future in the fighter program is riding on it. As night closes in, Riel sees nothing but the numbers on the heads-up display and the green glow of the instrument panels. And knowing there's another jet not far off your wingtip is unnerving. Riel got spooked by it last time, landing in formation.
Alpha 51, landing gear, go.
And just wiggle those fingers and toes. Stay cool and all that good stuff.
Now, she has to confront her fears and make the landing clean.
Active runway 31 left, IFR approaches far.
And wiggle. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes.
Oh yeah.
Riel has to put it down, not too hard, not too soft. She's never found that sweet spot. Until tonight.
Alpha 51, flight for both taxi back serviceable.
Roger that. Welcome home, Alphas.
Right, providing you don't crash us into anything taxiing back, you've passed your ED.
Riel is back in the fight.
My confidence level is about 10 times more than it was after my previous trip. Definitely a lot better than it was. Always a good start. Not scare the shit out of yourself.
Riel's performance tonight has helped dig her out of a big hole. And the bonus? She's also cleared for tomorrow's big trip south.
So, next trip to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah.
Oh, sucks to be you.
But it's not going to be a holiday. The students have to plot a 2,000-mile flight plan to L.A.
Oh my god,
But
there's
it'll
only
be
a
in here
few.
somewhere. So let me see. And that one's got Montana. Does it have Idaho?
then land at a huge and unfamiliar airport in a crowd of airliners.
There's a custom section for each airport in this one, right? For the Canadian one?
There's a Bob Hope Airport here.
And this morning, it feels like the preparations for a long family road trip.
Distance doesn't matter. It's just simplified. The simplest route is that one.
Well, distance sort of matters.
Here comes Dad, who can't understand what's taking so long.
You'll be ready in 12 minutes?
Define ready.
You be ready to brief in 12 minutes? Yes or no? I think so. Yes. Yes? Okay. So 12 minutes, I'll see you guys down there.
12 minutes.
Yeah, we're ready. We're done.
Yeah, but...
do you need? Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom now. Hold on. Do you have a bathroom? You know what? Go do that now because you have an hour and a half.
2 hours, eh?
Yeah, 2 hours sitting in the airplane.
Which raises the question, what if nature calls at 25,000 feet?
This is called a piddle pack. Fill up the bag, and this material inside the bag kind of soaks it up and gels it or solidifies it a little bit so you don't have the risk of it leaking in the aircraft.
All fine in theory, it's the execution that's messy.
You can imagine with the G-pants on top of it, you're strapped into the aircraft, and trying to get yourself and get everything in this bag is quite the effort.
People always ask, what do I do on the long cross countries? There's worry-free control. The boys will be lining up now. Let me tell you.
Then, of course, there's always the last-minute luggage cram.
Is this even gonna fit? That? Oh, that'll fit.
Since F-18s don't have trunks, bags are stuffed into a luggage pod on the wing.
Managed to narrow it down to 8 pair of shoes. Very difficult for a woman.
I brought my issue green military thong. It's gonna look great on the beach.
And like any road trip, things are bound to go wrong. But when that happens 5 miles up, there's no place to pull over.
California. Oh, yeah.
It's 2,000 miles from Cold Lake to L.A. For the students and the instructors in the back seat, it's a long ride with none of the fun stuff. It's like asking race car drivers to start hauling freight on the freeway.
Wouldn't it be so much fun to fly for Air Canada doing this all day?
Yeah.
I'd already want out. It's killing my butt.
Yeah.
They cross the border and do the tourist thing. A little sightseeing, a few holiday snaps. For the moment, there's time to relax.
It's awesome.
But not too much. Because in a few hours, they'll hit the kind of traffic jam that rattles even the pros. Los Angeles Airport is what's known as high-density airspace.
Next sector will have a shortcut to Lakeview.
80 million people fly in and out of here every year. It's busy, it's confusing, and everybody's impatient.
GPS 895, Roger, climb and maintain.
Bravo, you landed at Fulton, or what are you doing?
American 1275, just going to maintain. Southwest 1229, climb and maintain, total 400.
This is your climb maintain 290.
30, Roger.
The students had hoped to make LA before sunset, but they're late. So now they'll have to land in all that traffic in the dark.
You did not want to hit that guy.
Yeah, that's the collision course. So keep your eyes out for other flashing traffic, and you'll see we got another guy on the left.
279, contact Oakland 134.37. 2 miles moving away westbound.
That's the one that just went by?
Yeah. Roger, the transmission, contact Oakland
3 direct to Avenal, and the remainder of the 86 arrival.
And when you're trying to squeeze a fighter plane into a stack of airliners landing at a rate of 1 a minute,
Center, it's Cougar 30, how do you read?
Losing contact with air traffic control is the last thing you need.
It's Cougar 303576. How do you read? Oh, that radio went down. God damn it. Are you touching stuff, Riel?
No, I'm not.
It's Cougar 303576. How do you read? Great.
And when the radio does come back,
Cougar 30, think you're trying to check off. What?
Riel's a little slow to bark it out.
I don't know, I was going to say it again.
Cougar 30.
She's a bit too shy for L.A.
Affirmative.
Affirmative, Cougar 30.
Right on.
Cougar 30, roger.
That's it. Get the voice going.
Listen to me, damn it.
They don't want to hear you whispering. And you'll start seeing the runway lights flashing out at you pretty soon, okay? Get on course.
In Cold Lake, an F-18 coming into land is top priority. But here, you're just another plane in a long queue.
I'm visual. Tower, Cougar 16.
Oh, right on.
Cougar 16, LA Tower. You're 4 miles behind an Airbus. Runway 24 right. Clear to land, wind calm.
Add power. Good. Good job.
They're down, but the trip isn't over yet.
It is 9:30
Cougar
p.m.
30. When you're over the bridge, contact ground 121.75.
So we're going over a bridge.
2165 for Cam 70. Like there's a bridge?
This place is so big, it's a 30-minute trip just getting from the runway to the parking spot.
You got your map out, Riel? It's on page 108. And you follow this dotted line all the way down to the end. And you'll see Charlie Taxiway popping up. Well, that was certainly sporty, huh?
Holy crap, yeah.
A lot of work. That's why we come here. You gave us a good workout. Airspeeds, frequencies, lost comms, crappy weather.
At night?
Nighttime, and I'm hungry.
That was just way, intense. There's no time to mess up. And I did lots, so it was good.
I've never been so happy to be on the ground.
On approach, I started laughing for a second, and he's like, what? And I said, look to your right, and you could see, 15, 20 airplanes stacked up behind us. And,
just a line of landing lights.
That probably wasn't good, because then the stick started shaking like that.
When you leave the Canadian hinterland and wake up in Hollywood, it's easy to pretend you're Mr. Big.
Let's do lunch. All right, my people talk to your people.
Except Mr. Big wouldn't be buying his own lunch. Or making time with mannequins. Stripped down to their civvies, they're just tourists like everyone else.
Riel, this way. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Come on, boys.
That's awesome.
Come on in. It's a good trip. I'm very comfortable right now.
Next morning, the beach and the boulevards are a distant memory. And it's back to flight suits and flight plans.
All right. Yes. Can you work a flight plan? Yes.
They're heading home, and it's up to the students to figure out for themselves how to get there. The experience is critical, because if they make it through fighter school, the next big trip might take them to a combat zone.
What we found on this trip was, this is actually the first time that people have ever even been south and seen a palm tree. 6 months from now, these guys are not in a friendly neighbor's backyard or over in Afghanistan or somewhere else. So it's the first step to really take responsibility for a pretty expensive asset of the Canadian Forces.
And though they train as a team, there's no getting around personal responsibility.
Departure. Departure, so long. 09er, clear for takeoff. Change to departure. Clear takeoff. Kicker 27.
They're always on a short leash. Something one of them is going to get a hard lesson about back in Cold Lake. After a couple of slack days in LA, the students are back in Cold Lake, back to the grind. And Lieutenant Seamus Allen is coming home to a big problem that won't go away. He's a standout for all the wrong reasons.
We just noticed some problems there with Seamus in terms of how he was acting in briefs and debriefs.
It's never wise to question an instructor about things like basic geometry.
See, that's not. See, that's 40. It looks like 40 to me.
Let's. Oh. Do you want to put your glasses on right now, or?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not going to be facetious, but I am. Everybody can draw a 45. Seamus, 45 is like right there. Is it not?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is. Okay.
When you show up at the squadron, the last thing that you want to be doing is sitting there in briefs and debriefs and debating with your flight lead, or in this case your instructor, how to do certain things in the jets.
When the guy at the front is wearing a 2,000-hour patch on his shoulder, you don't mess with him. Period.
That's going to bring your nose down to about 10 degrees on the pitch ladder.
Yes, and then?
And then we want to stabilize that.
How? Once we got our brake.
You need to have the stick in the center. You did not have the stick in the center. Laterally.
That's not going to stabilize it.
Okay, what if we're upside down right here? We're doing this, and then you go, and I say recover.
Well, it wouldn't probably be 80 degrees nose up, but I would recover. I would roll wings level and...
Are you being sarcastic now?
No, I wasn't trying.
So here we go, like this?
Well, I'm gonna
I think that my personality, I like to be very detailed, sometimes too detailed, to the point where either we're wasting time at details that right now don't matter, or to the point where it's actually, pissing the instructors off.
If you're feeling like heavy vibration now, you're too high.
In the fighter world, conformity is the lifeline they all depend on. Knowing you can trust a guy to follow orders without question.
If you're going into combat and the flight lead stands up and says, today we're going to do it this way, well then you either do it that way or you don't go flying.
And it's not just the classroom behavior.
Go back down.
Recently, Seamus failed a simulator mission after repeated mistakes. And that means a whole lot of red ink on his progress card.
It's surprising how easy it is for things to just turn upside down. I mean, I was on a good trend initially, and things were happening for me. And then, bam, fail a flight. Fail. Look at all the blood on the card.
It's part of a pattern that his commanding officers don't like to see.
We're about habits here, developing good habit patterns, not bad ones. And so those little things, what apparently seem like little things, are actually can be pretty severe.
The next phase in fighter school is the most intense kind of combat flying, dog fighting. This is where rookies who don't quite have the stuff get weeded out. Whether it's lack of focus, a failure of confidence, or just the sheer weight of the workload. And if they're going to turn the corner, the time is now. That's next time on Jetstream. Previously on Jetstream.
I wouldn't say it's dangerous, it's just the most scary thing I've ever done in my life.
A nighttime landing that nearly turns fatal.
We were probably one full oscillation from being completely out of control on the runway.
Number 16, LA Tower, you're 4 miles behind an Airbus, runway 24 right.
And muscling in on the big boys at LAX in an F-18 Hornet.
Well, that was certainly sporty, huh?
And the stick started shaking like that.
They're turning up the heat at fighter school.
Are you being sarcastic now?
And running out of patience.
I think that my personality is actually, pissing the instructors off.
Are you ready for combat flying? Standing watch over the country's borders. 6 warriors in training learn the fighter pilot code.
These kids, they're going to graduate out of here, and they'll be holding alert. And that will be a responsibility and a burden they will have to bear.
When autumn comes to Cold Lake, Alberta, winter is never far behind. Those that can fly south, with the exception of these guys. It's halfway through fighter pilot school, and 6 rookies are still in the running. When they got here 18 weeks ago, they'd never even sat in the cockpit of a Hornet. Now, they can take it up solo, fly in formation, and intercept a target. But that's all fighter pilot kindergarten compared to the next challenge. Dogfighting.
Four targeted. Out left.
Up to this point, we never really max performed the jet, and now we're starting to take the jet to the envelope, to the edge of its ability.
The F-18 Hornet is a fearsome predator. But for any fighter, there's still one basic principle of air combat. Get behind the other guy so you can shoot him, and he can't shoot you.
Got the second one. I got the second one on the nose right now.
This is the real thing, taken from a dogfight with a MiG in Libya.
Man, shoot him, back scoop. Good kill. Hey, good kill.
It's a deadly dance called BFM, Basic Fighter Maneuvers.
BFM is considered the bread and butter of a fighter pilot. It's how you maneuver the jet with respect to the enemies in one-on-one air combat to put yourself in a position to kill.
BFM is not about how talented you are as a flyer, but how ruthless you are as a fighter.
It's not for the guy who wants to fly the air show. It has a very mean side. They are well-trained, they are paid, they are professional, and they may, in fact, unfortunately, have to be killers.
We're all about threatening, making sure we can get weapons on first and force them to react.
Winning a fight means riding the knife edge between aggression and patience.
If you can force them to react, they can no longer come up to get you, and we can now use you to get down and get into a position that we're going to teach you about how to kill. If you find yourself stuck...
Over the next few days, the students will fly a series of grueling BFM missions. And they're all a bit jumpy.
I'm prepared for it, but I've been also nervous for about 5 days or 6 days,
And right now, Lieutenant Seamus Allen needs a win. A week ago, he was hauled up on the carpet for his attitude in briefings and for baiting his instructors.
I've worked the most part of my life to be here, so, I'm going to do what it takes. It's more than just a professional struggle. It's a personal struggle, too, because I'm, trying to learn things about myself and trying to learn how best to adapt.
Since then, Seamus has been trying reputation rehab, and it shows on his progress card.
Well prepared and demonstrated a much improved etiquette in brief and debrief. Well, definitely attribute that to just sort of doing what they want me to do rather than, what I want.
But this is the big test, combat. How will Seamus fare in a dogfight? He'll get the advantage of starting on offense, behind the bandit. The bandit will make a diving turn to get out of the line of fire. Seamus has to turn tighter, pulling hard on the stick to get his nose on target.
Getting there. Any questions?
The instructor in the back seat directs Seamus up to 17,000 feet. Then, he'll have about 60 seconds to make the kill before they run out of altitude. It's called the hard deck, and it's set at 7,000 feet.
Bravo 62, this is fighter.
Bravo 61, bandit.
This is what Seamus sees through the heads-up display, a confusion of numbers and symbols. He has to look past that and watch for this. That was the bandit.
There we go, assess. Okay, we're not gonna do it, we're just gonna wait.
This is Seamus's first dogfight in the Hornet, and he's a little shy about pulling the stick.
Keep it coming, that's it.
He should be trying to bury it in his gut, but he's not pulling hard enough. Not pulling enough G's to turn inside the bandit.
Down 14,000. Tighter.
So he can't take a shot.
Can't make this.
And the instructor gets impatient.
Here, I have control.
He seizes the stick and sweeps the nose around onto the target.
How about that? You make that?
Yeah.
You have control.
I have control.
Think about power.
Altitude.
Off you go. Oh, shit. That's it. Keep playing. Fighting them.
God damn it.
Let's go. Get your nose on him. Pull, 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 pull. Power. Tighter. Feeling. Go to where he was. Think about power now. All the way back and follow him down. Think about the altitude. Now be careful around the floor here. Gun. You got a shot? Gun. There you go. Keep gunning him. Watch the floor. Terminate.
Seamus gets the shot, but not without a lot of help.
That was incredible. Wow, it didn't take long to get down to the floor.
He climbs back up to 17,000 feet to try again and prove he can do it on his own.
Up, down, fast, go. Get a lock on him. A120, nothing. A7, nothing. Pull. Sit, pull it. Patience. Okay. Come on, you can get him. 1,000. Pull it. Behind. Oh, he's gonna jank. Get him. Just get him. We can outpower this guy. Oh, there. Sweet. Big power. Pull.
Altitude.
Big, coming out of her. Coming out.
Seamus is racing down, running out of space and time, but he's slowly reining in the bandit.
We got him. I'm gonna cash in. Gunshot.
There.
Come on, Pepper, come on. There we go.
And he gets the kill.
Got him. Terminate. Wow. Bravo 62, terminate. That's incredible.
Seamus has just raised the bar for the others. And he's not shy about sharing the news.
A little late. Now I'm cashing it in. Boom. Raiding him in.
Full power. You're gonna need it. Got him again.
Seamus got the hang of it fast.
Whatever. It's like, we got him. It's like, we got him, we can do it.
But that was the easiest of the basic fighter maneuvers.
Good job, man.
Every BFM mission from here on will be a step up. And the veterans have seen plenty of rookie dreams die here before.
They start off strong, and they kind of go, oh, this isn't too bad, this isn't too hard. And then we step into BFM, and all of a sudden they realize that they don't know anything.
No matter how skillful the flyer, fighter pilots know that's only half the battle. To survive in combat, you need the killer instinct. Basic Fighter Maneuvers, or BFM, demands a load of aggression. And that means pulling the maximum G's the jet can handle.
It's going to be hard, straight back right to your lap as hard as you can, get that 7.5 G in.
Let's just say for every 0.1 below 7, you're going to hold beer. All right, sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds fair to me.
Pressure on the bandit, right? Make sure we maintain that all the time to keep him scared. Keep that in mind, okay?
With all the stress and speed of a dogfight, there are dozens of ways rookies can make a mess of it.
Come on, pull. A little more G, a little more. A little more. Pull, come on.
Tim Coffin's mistake is the classic, not pushing the jet to perform at its limit.
Pull, come on. Pull, pull. Okay, 6.4 G, so we're going to have to go a little bit more than that for the next one, all right?
Oh, I thought I had. Okay.
You thought you had 7?
Yeah, I thought it was up around 7.4.
Not so much. Okay, ready? Brake right. Come on, a little more. There we go.
Let's get into it.
Yannick Jobin's problem isn't the G's, it's his airspeed. It's dropping through the floor. At speeds this low, the Hornet has all the aerodynamic grace of a Coke machine.
Little wobbly.
We were down to 60-something knots. It started to get kind of snaky, huh?
Yeah.
You'd really hate to be doing that in the middle of a fight, because now suddenly you're the pin cushion, right? Everyone's shooting you.
All the students are struggling with this one.
Ah, I just screwed myself.
Go get him. Oh, keep fighting to a 6. Keep the nose up.
Can't go up.
Oh.
But even when you're getting a schooling, a supersonic jet is a great place to get it.
Things are happening quick, huh? You had your 30 seconds of fun just looking out going, hey, cool, I'm flying a Hornet.
Yeah.
Have you done that yet?
Shake a leg.
Yeah, there you go.
But time is short, and the instructors have their work cut out for them.
It was all right. How's that for a comment, huh? It was all right. Yeah, it was okay.
Their mistakes stem from one common problem. All caution, no kill.
We're just fighting for the sake of fighting. We're not actually killing in here.
Yannick Jobin is sparring when he should be shooting.
Pull him into the HUD and gun him. That solves your problem and he's dead. Right there, that fight could have been over in a third the time that it took.
Pull. You hear me in the background telling you 4 or 5 times to start reefing on the stick and get to a higher G loading.
Tim was warned he'd owe beer if he didn't pull enough G's. He's heading for the liquor store.
How can I drive this fight
That's what you're going to have to start thinking about tomorrow.
Good.
Dave McLeod made a mistake no fighter can afford. He let the bandit get inside his head.
Oh. Do you hear that? Oh, right? And that's the, what is that sound?
That's frustration.
The sound of defeat, right? You know, that, oh, which basically means, oh, man, he's going to shoot me here, right? It's like, don't do that. Survive for the moment. Don't think about anything else. Just, you know, survive from that gunshot.
Survival is what the next challenge is all about. Defensive BFM.
We're at 25 Alpha Bandit now.
When you're the one doing the hunting, being aggressive means getting the shot. But when the roles are reversed and you're the one who's jumped from behind, you'd better be aggressive, or you'll be wearing a missile. To shake that bandit riding your tail, you circle and dive. But you're watching your back the whole ride down.
When you're defensive, the stuff you need to fly the jet is in front of you, but he is, you know, back way up over there. It's a lot trickier in many respects. You got to be looking back and forth because you're wearing, you know, whatever it is, 5-10 pound helmet, and your neck is craned up and around looking backwards, and you're pulling, you know, 5-6 G.
But a fighter pilot on the run doesn't rely on his eyes alone. In a jam, he's got a couple of tricks to help him out. Chaff, flare, deceive, and deflect. Chaff is essentially tinfoil confetti, which confuses the bandit's radar. And flares are designed to trick a heat seeker into chasing the wrong target. But when the party tricks don't work, you gotta fly your way out of it. Tim Coffin had trouble last mission not getting enough G's in the turn. The same mistake this time, and he'll be target practice. The bandit is right behind. Fight's on. To shake the bandit, Tim has to turn and dive.
Okay, not too deep, not too deep. Keep pulling hard, hard. Yeah, that's my bad.
There's a simple way to tell if he's going to stay alive. If he keeps his nose below the horizon, he's got it right.
Keep your nose down, yeah. Keep your nose down.
Keep that nose down, and gravity is on your side. You're faster.
Use altitude, so get your nose down. Yeah. That's fine. Get some airspeed back. Keep coming around. You can't shoot us there. You can't shoot us there.
Altitude. Altitude.
That's it. Now ease off a bit. Get some airspeed. Can't shoot yet. No, can't shoot me.
But Tim's nose keeps drifting above the horizon. Like this.
Turn it.
And this.
Yeah, use altitude if you have to. Keep it coming around.
And this.
Transitioning 25 altitude 10. Okay, he's easing up.
You'd think flying down, going with gravity, would be natural. But it's hard to point your nose when you're watching your tail and someone's trying to kill you.
Okay, he's getting in range now. Do it on a plane or else he can gun us. Okay. Turn on some pump now. Yeah.
But Tim's nose drifts up, he slows down, and he's toast.
Terminate. Still a G. Okay, dude, you gotta really pull that stick in. This is a fighter, man. 7.5 G, okay? Alright.
In real combat, Tim would be a dead man.
What do you think? What's that?
It's like cool, G.
Yeah, he's poking one out, G. You know, it's a lot harder to do, of course, looking over your shoulder.
For Captain Tim Coffin, it's a confidence buster.
Let's just say your last name is appropriate.
I think we only got up to 5.7 G on both the ones you did. It's critical that you get that initial brake turn right into your gut, okay? Right up to 7.5 G.
You're not looking out front now, you're looking behind. And to get the mechanics down, you know, as far as pulling G, it's just not natural.
It may not be natural, but it's a must, and it's cost him the mission. He's failed. Riel, on the other hand, is on a roll after her near-fatal landing a week ago. Riel has scored excellent marks on her last few trips, and her confidence is up.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have some opportunities presented to you where you can go, I totally know what to do right now.
But knowing what to do can only mean one thing. They're going to up the ante.
I know definitely as they see us getting it, they ramp it up to challenge us more because, you know, like, you can always be better, right? Like, it's fast and it's furious and it's a lot to do as long as you get it before time runs out.
Riel knows better than anyone here fortunes can turn on a dime. And they're about to, again. They say in combat, a righteous dogfight is a dirty dogfight. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Fighting a hornet, kind of like a knife fight in an alley. You'll run in there, try to kill the opponent, and you'll be out of there before anyone else knows what's going on.
They've pressed the attack, and they've been jumped from behind. Now, for the first time, the students will try fighting head-to-head.
Gonna get gunned.
The polite name for it is neutral fight. It starts like a game of high-speed chicken, two jets flying head-on. The trick is to turn at exactly the right time to circle in behind the other guy. First to the trigger lives.
This is probably one of the most difficult things we do because of the sheer speed and the limited amount of time they have to make the correct decisions. And the problem is, after 6 or 7 BFMs, most of them just know enough to be dangerous.
So far, Riel Erickson has been breezing through basic fighter maneuvers. But the bar is higher now. In a neutral fight, no one starts with an advantage. The students are expected to make their own breaks.
You want me to sit in the front? Okay.
When you're flying head-on at the bandit, keeping him in your sights should be easy, or so you'd think. This is what Riel sees. The bandit is right in front, only he's 5 miles away. This is what a hornet looks like 5 miles away. In case you missed it, there's only one way for Riel to find that plane.
Look out the window.
Fights on.
Talk to you, Sally.
Weapon. Time to get the shot.
Riel is trying to get her nose on the bandit, pulling over 6 Gs, but she can't keep him in sight.
2 circles, stop bleeding. Think of this stuff yourself, okay? Or be a fan, do something. Terminate. Terminate.
All 5-1 trip.
Okay, what the hell is that?
Riel never got into the fight.
Do some good BFMing, not just lying around wasting gas. Every time he reverses in front of you, shoot him with something. You have the gun out, and you just pull out the bullets, okay?
Round 2.
Roll out, look at him. Let it snag the lock.
And again, bastard.
Roll out, look for him.
There he is.
Shoot and fight him.
It's tough keeping track of a moving target when you're upside down or sideways and pulling big G's. Riel has to crane her head up and back.
Start reversing, Riel. You have to think of it before he flies past you.
She finally gets a shot off,
Action.
but it's a miss.
Terminate. Terminate.
All 5-1 trip.
5-2 terminate.
Work the switches. Watch what he's doing. Engage a lead turn. Then be offensive on him. Okay?
Okay.
Last chance to get it right.
Pull. Pull. Stare at him. Stare at him.
There he is.
Weapon. Shoot. And fight him.
Way to go. I lost him.
Terminate. Terminate.
Mission's over. And it's a long ride home when the instructor has nothing to say.
I went up there and I had no real game plan, therefore no execution of it, so it did not go very well.
She looked offensive to you, but there wasn't much else going on inside.
We're just going back and forth, and didn't seem to be any active attempt to kill the bandit through any of that. Even when we got to the point where you had quite a bit of separation there, where, you know, there could have been a good offensive opportunity, I think we would have sat there all day.
Yeah. There was, I believe, one time where she was able to actually snag a lock.
Sounds pretty weak. She only got one weapon off, is that correct?
Yeah.
All day?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty surprising.
As your reversals are a little...
You know, when you don't understand something, you don't necessarily know exactly what it is you don't understand all the time. You're just like, I know I don't get this. Well, why don't you get it? Well, if I knew why I didn't get it, I might be able to get it, because then I would figure that out and I would know.
She gets this. She's failed. In just one flight, Riel has gone from flying high to falling hard. And in this course, you don't get many second chances. Fighter pilots are often compared to pro athletes. From a distance, they seem to have it all. A day job that rates right up there on the cool scale. Rubbing shoulders with race car drivers and movie stars like Paul Newman.
Any good deal or perk that we get, of which there may be a few while we're flying, we call it jam. We keep track of the jam to try and spread it around and keep it fair amongst all the pilots. But if there's one guy who's getting too much jam, he gets his call sign changed for a while. We'll just call him Toast, because the Toast always gets all the jam.
The fighter pilot wannabes have tasted a little of the jam. Enough to know it's sweet.
Like at nighttime, you know, that big contrast, you know, and you can see the, like, 10 feet behind the aircraft, you know, you've got those big burner stacks going at it, and it looks very impressive.
You go to a bar in Edmonton, and you're like, oh yeah, what do? You can't say you're a fighter pilot. Because, like, Half the other guys in the bar are trying to pretend they've got cool jobs like being a fighter pilot.
But there's another, less appealing trait that fighter pilots share with sports stars. The pain.
Give me a workout.
Getting knocked around in a claustrophobic cockpit day after day takes a serious toll on the old body. Fighter pilots are the airborne equivalent of an NFL running back, with about the same career span.
I've heard it compared to 8 hours of hard labor compressed into 1 hour of work. You come down very physically tired. And then as you get older, suddenly doing a 14-hour day wasn't as easy as it was when you were 22 or 23. And so there comes a point in your career where you simply can't do it anymore. And that's a hard thing to accept.
Veteran or rookie, they all come with a best before date. 6 to 8 years of full-time flying. A few more if they're really lucky. Captain Paul Umrish is the most senior fighter pilot at his gun squadron. He's 34.
Thinking about it intimidates me. I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I want to do, and I just want to keep doing this forever, but you can't. Your body will eventually give up on you.
And the end of the road always arrives sooner than they imagined.
I do sometimes think about that last flight, how it'll be walking away from the Hornet, knowing that that'll be the last time that I fly the Hornet, and it just gives me an empty feeling. It's something I try not to think about.
Today, it's Captain Patrick Peltier's turn to leave the flight line. Peanut's still got the chops for the job, but he's jumping before he's pushed. Leaving the force for an overseas gig, training pilots on smaller jets. Pilots mark their last flight with a bittersweet ritual called the final pass, a send-off with friends and family. In this case, Peanut's wife, Loretta. Peanut gets one swan song solo in an F-18, and he'll make the most of it. With his squadron buddy Kraut riding shotgun on him one last time. Peanut runs through some fighter maneuvers. Ripping through the sky like there's no tomorrow. Because for him, there won't be. When you call it quits here, you give up more than the high G's and the non-stop adrenaline and the jam and everybody watching.
It's in your blood. This is part of you, and the machine is part of you, and you walk around feeling half dead when you're not flying until you're meshed with that machine and doing your job. And so to let that go, you're letting a part of you go.
There's a picture.
But there is one thing that Peanut will never have to say goodbye to. The camaraderie. If Peanut took an accounting job tomorrow, he'd still be considered a fighter here.
Doc, for one, you don't get the boss. For two, you don't kill the pilot.
Awesome work, Peanut.
Thanks. Peanut, hug your wife.
In a high-stakes job where danger is always along for the ride, once in the club, forever in the club. Tim Coffin's been having a rough ride of it lately. But you wouldn't know it. Keeping his chin up is one skill he's mastered.
Did 2 circle flights. I wasn't, near max displaced. I wasn't going 35 alpha. I'd start pulling. Did an awesome rate, but that's all I did today.
Dude, I know. You know what? And then, like I said, it takes a lot of practice. I mean, I'm just like...
He's had some struggles. He failed his BFM 5. He does have the ability. I think what he has a problem with is just processing aspect, angles, closure quickly enough and seeing the appropriate response. He recognizes what he has to do. It's just way too late.
But Tim's confident he'll spring back. He's seen this movie before.
That's all good. In the first jet course, I had a couple failed trips. The best advice some of the instructors gave me was, no matter what, show face every day. Come to work with a smile on your face. Show everybody that you want to be here.
But Tim is going to need more than a smile right now, because he's about to go out on the same head-to-head fight that shipwrecked Riel.
Beautiful day. Time kicks fast. Pull some G.
Since they don't fire real weapons, this tells them who got the first shot. It looks like a missile, but it's called Automated Combat Maneuvering Instrumentation, ACMI for short. Half black box data recorder, half GPS. It records every twist and turn of the fight and plays it back graphically. Blue for the student, red for the bandit. This is the mission they call neutral fight. Tim and the bandit fly head-on, then turn and start dogfighting.
They turn now, coming in. Where'd he go? Just below the horizon. Got him. There we are. Less threat. And my guns. That's good. Move the lock.
Tim gets the kill on the first fight. So far, he's looking good.
The only thing you could have done better is your initial brake turn. Everything else was good. Nice patience.
If you time that lead turn just right, you circle in behind the other guy. But get it wrong, turn too early, or too late, he's got you.
Alpha 1's ready for lead turn X.
Hesitate even 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000.
Okay, there he is. Lead turn in right now.
As Tim just did. And the bandit has you square in the crosshairs.
I fucked it away.
Tim just lost the fight.
Terminate.
Bruno.
That's right, we'll fix it on this one, all right?
You have control. I have control. Alpha 2 ready, 6.0.
We're heading up 300, split now.
But it doesn't get fixed. They start another fight.
Reverse.
But Tim can't find the bandit. His instructor tries to guide his eyes.
12 o'clock. 11 o'clock high.
Finally, Tim spots him.
Down.
But instead of trying to turn to attack the other jet, he flies straight into its flight path. The bandit warns him out of the way.
Go low.
Go right.
Terminate.
Alpha 5 1 terminate.
They miss, but it was a little close for comfort.
He had to commit no slow to make them miss. Really watch that, dude. That was borderline bubble, even with him making the miss.
The ACMI shows just how close it was. Students must stay at least 1,000 feet from the other jet. That's called the bubble. In a fight, two jets can eat up 1,000 feet in half a second. Tim was just 688 feet from disaster. Students rarely know how badly they sucked until they're told in the debrief. But when you're walking back alone, you know it isn't good.
Yeah.
Do you want tapes as well?
Yeah, his head tape over.
Oh, I wonder if Ernie brought it. What's up? No, I didn't get your tape.
In the air, Major Ailing was in Tim's back seat.
Close the door, yeah.
And Major McLeod was the bandit. Together, they'll decide whether he passes or fails.
Okay. Lead turn X. We'll just start with that.
I was like, does he not know what a lead turn is? So then I did one.
It means he doesn't know when to jump into the fight.
He's hoping for me to set the turn, right? And then him to turn second.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't turn. I just kept flying.
Yeah. I'm sure you could have flown to the opposite end of the airspace, and we would have kept on droning, waiting for that turn, you know.
Didn't appear.
And as if the mission wasn't bad enough already, Tim capped it off with that near miss.
Really uncomfortable when I saw both guys pulling. You make the miss low, and he still wants to drive at you. It's like, no, done.
It doesn't take long to reach a verdict.
We don't expect him to be understanding every facet of it, but there needs to be just some kind of basics there, and I don't think he really understands. So I'm going to write this up as unset, and we'll have him redo this one.
Unset. Short for unsatisfactory. A fail.
It can be stressful, but it's one of those things where you can't look at it as stressful. It's another trip, you know, you got to perform. Because if you don't, then one step closer to being sent on your way.
Tim knows the stakes. And he knows it'll take more than a sunny disposition to dig his way out of this one. At the midpoint of the fighter course, the most dangerous enemy the rookies face is the eye-gouging fatigue.
I start falling asleep when I'm reading, and that's partly why I got to reread things, because I'm really tired, you know, I'm exhausted at the end of the day, and I'd really love to go for a nap right now.
While the demands only increase, the body and mind begin to give out. It's what marathoners call Heartbreak Hill.
Your energy's going this way, and the amount of information's going this way, and it starts to cause a bit of a problem. So you start making those mental errors, those little things that are actually very critical and crucial, and it can cost you.
Case in point, Dave McLeod.
Let's go waypoint 0 so we can get some gas numbers there.
Mentally tapped out by a demanding flight, he was on his way home.
Alpha 5-1 left.
Fuel low.
He got preoccupied with a sinking fuel gauge and didn't notice he was drifting into his lead.
That was my bad.
300.
He caught the mistake just in time.
If I hadn't looked up when I did, if I just kept my head buried, yeah, I would have hit him.
Any closer, and if I was your lead, I would have punched you. Well, that is serious stuff, and I tell you, I've lost friends because of stuff like that, inattention, misprioritization, right? When you are on the wing, check one thing, and then come back and check your references. That's how you do your checks, okay? But that sort of thing, man, is not on.
Mistakes like that can happen when you're exhausted, and all of them are feeling that now. Especially when failed missions have knocked the wind out of their sails.
There's also the embarrassment factor. Most of these people that are here, students, are overachievers in life, right? To get this far. They're type A personalities, and they're used to succeeding. To know that they're not cutting the mustard in front of their peers, that's something that they're not used to. They're not used to failing.
Both Tim and Riel will reride their failed missions. But privately, the instructors are betting that before the course is over, one or both of them will be sent packing. That's next time on Jetstream.